Hello, MCU fans. Today we're going to take a look at some very recent Fantastic Four movie updates, some of it directly from Marvel, and some of it from very reliable trades like Deadline. And this is some really interesting stuff. I definitely want your feedback. I want to know what you're thinking about this as well. Can't wait to talk about it, so let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we do have an April contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, you might win a book or a steelbook. Best of luck. And of course, we have the membership option if you want to help me with my goal of doing this full time one day. But honestly, no matter how you support the channel, it's all greatly appreciated. Leaving comments, liking videos, subscribing, those things go a long way too. So, thank you very much. Okay, so Marvel gave us on April 4th, 4/4, right, a new image for the movie. It's the Human Torch flying through the sky, making his famous four out of his flames, and flying over some city, right? I mean, let's zoom in on this. What on earth city is this? I mean, one would presume it's New York, but that is not a New York we've ever seen before, at least not in the main universe. So I think this is a subtle, or maybe not so subtle, hint by Marvel that this movie is taking place in an alternate universe. We've heard kind of rumors about that. I've theorized it myself because I just think it makes sense. I love the idea of seeing a brand new universe to flesh out the multiverse. I mean, it's supposed to be the multiverse, right? So let's see a brand new team from a brand new universe. But I think there's even more hints that it's in an alternate universe if we look even deeper. So remember, we had already learned from an earlier photo released by Marvel that it sure looks like it's happening in the 60s because there's so many hints here about it being in the 60s. The magazine that the thing is using, the space shuttle suit that he's wearing is dated from the 60s, etc. So that would mean they would have to explain how have they been here all this time, right? And Marvel's done it before. They've had several they were always here and you just didn't know it storylines, right? I mean, the Eternals, they were hiding the whole time. And the Wasp was stuck in the quantum realm. Ant-Man had retired. Steve Rogers was on the ice and Captain Marvel left the planet. So it's been done and it can be done, but I just think it's been done enough that it makes sense this time to be in a different universe. So lots of reasons I think that makes sense. But actually, there's even more hints if we look really close here. So this picture actually came from a tweet from Marvel Entertainment. And notice they gave us a website we could go to, marvel.com/Fantastic4. Well, if you go to that website, you get an error. Or maybe you do, right? It's kind of a clever little trick here because 404 page not found, that's the common error message. But notice it's the Fantastic Four logo and you got Herbie standing there. And they tell us maybe the Invisible Woman is hidden the page or maybe there's something else going on. Well, if you look real close, there is a QR code, which you could probably scan that off your phone right now and it would take you to the website we're going to go to in a second. But also just clicking Herbie, who's going to be in the movie, obviously. If you just click Herbie, you go to the website. So let's check out that website. You're taken to a Future Foundation page. Notice Future Foundation up at the top. We're going to talk more about that in just a second. But notice it says delegates. We're glad you could join us to prepare for an upcoming meeting. You've been granted access to read these issues on Marvel Unlimited. And notice you get several issues you can read. Fantastic Four #1, the original origin of the Fantastic Four, the first two parts of Galactus and Silver Surfer's storyline. And if we scroll down, part 3, and then also a 2021, a kind of a retrospective of the Fantastic Four, their life story. So pretty cool. But Future Foundation. Why do you think they're referencing Future Foundation? Well, we don't know for sure, but we can look to the comics to get a little idea of what that is. It's a Jonathan Hickman run, and you can tell they're all wearing these white costumes. I like that look. It's pretty cool. Spider-Man was on the team. In fact, a lot of people were on the team. Notice Spider-Man even crossed over in his own comic, still wearing that Future Foundation outfit. And in fact, when I say the team, there was a ton of people in this Future Foundation. So what is the foundation? Well, it's kind of a not-for-profit think tank that Reed Richards founded to try to solve the problems of the world. And look at some of these people on the team. I mean, you got Dr. Doom, Mole Man, obviously Spider-Man. It's amazing. A ton of people on it. Well, I'm guessing this is a hint towards something that's going to happen in the movie. I don't think they're going to be wearing the white outfits. They could be. But instead, I do think this foundation, though, is going to exist. We're going to see almost a utopia-like universe. Well, once again, that just doesn't fit with 616. And instead, if it's off in a different universe where they can where there's no ties to 616, they can do whatever they want with the storyline. That's really exciting and really cool. So I am thoroughly convinced that they've dropped several hints that this is taking place in a different universe. And I've mentioned in my multiversal timeline that I just think it fits perfectly to do that. Notice across the middle, we have Loki kind of framing the entire multiverse saga with season 1 starting, and then season 2 with the Loom going nuts the whole time. And then finally ending with him making the tree, and then now we still have the void out there. So the things on the top of this timeline are all the different universes that have collided with 616, and of course on the bottom is our storyline in 616. And that's why here at the end, I believe Deadpool is going to happen, obviously in the X-Men universe, but I don't know that he's going to make it into 616 at the end. I think he's going to end up in the void. Likewise, I think the Fantastic Four, they've given us tons of hints. It's going to be in an alternate universe, and I'm betting they're going to end up in the void, i.e. Battle World, because I think it's going to end up being Battle World in the end. I think that would just be really, really cool. So fascinating to see all this, how it's coming together. Really, really excited for everything Marvel's got going with Fantastic Four. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room, right? There was an announcement from Deadline in this case that we're going to be getting a female Silver Surfer. And I'll admit my first thought was to go, oh no, this is going to become a problem, right? But we got to look closely at the announcement. So what Deadline is saying is that Julia Garner, who we see down below from Ozark, Emmy-winning Julia Garner, is going to play Shala Bal. So the Shala Bal version of the Silver Surfer, it's not a gender swap of Norrin Radd. It's instead a different person who becomes the Silver Surfer. So let's talk about that. First of all, the article says, sources tell Deadline. Well, we all know if it ain't Marvel telling us, it's not official. But Deadline would not run this story unless they thought they had really good sources. But anyway, Emmy winner Julia Garner is set to play the iconic comic book character in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four. They then list the rest of the cast, which has been officially announced by Marvel. Notice Marvel Studios had no comment. That's important. It's not official till Marvel says so. But while plot details for the film are unknown, sources say Garner will play Shala Bal, a version of Silver Surfer from the comics. All right, so this is the cast that's official, right? We already know this. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. Very exciting, very good cast. Can't wait. But what is up with this Shala Bal thing? Okay, so Shala Bal is the love interest of Norrin Radd, who becomes the Silver Surfer in the comics. And of course, you could argue Norrin Radd is the love interest of Shala Bal. They were lovers. And so they were together in the comics. She's been in many, many, many issues. Likewise, in the animated series from the 90s, she appeared with her lover, Norrin Radd, who became Silver Surfer. And in fact, in X-Men 97, in the opening credits for Marvel Animation, notice that's the Silver Surfer animated cartoon. So, definitely Shala Bal's been around a long time. I'll admit, though, I didn't know she ever became Silver Surfer. I had to Google and look it up. Well, sure enough, she did. Now, it was kind of like in a what-if type situation. It was often not the main universe, and it was only one story or maybe a very minimal number of stories. So she's not very famous as being the Silver Surfer, but she has still been the Silver Surfer before. And again, this is another reason that being in an alternate universe works perfectly, because alternate universes, things can happen differently. I mean, for example, in 838, we had Monica Rambeau becoming Captain Marvel instead of Carol Danvers. So I'm okay with this. My only concern, and I want to know your thoughts in the comments on this, my only concern is it does open the door for people to get upset because they think this is a gender bending. It really isn't. It's actually happened in the comics, and it's in an alternate universe. But still, I hope the story warrants this risk. But otherwise, I'm fine with this. I think it's going to be really cool. Looking forward to seeing Shala Bal as Silver Surfer. Plus, if you're getting Silver Surfer, right, we're probably going to get Galactus. So that is really exciting. I mean, again, Marvel has not announced any of this stuff yet, but I think maybe they fed the story to Deadline so we could hear it in advance so that when Kevin Feige finally announces it officially, we've kind of mentally prepared. That's my guess. But I would love to see Galactus. I hope even Doctor Doom gets a small cameo. And then all of them, the Fantastic Four, especially in Doctor Doom, perhaps end up in the void. And then maybe Galactus destroys the entire universe. Wouldn't that be wild? Or maybe an incursion occurs, and that's what destroys the universe. So, really looking forward to this. I'm good with this storyline. Let me know your thoughts. Are you concerned about Shalabal being the Silver Surfer? Do you think this is now 100% confirmation that it's going to be in an alternate universe? Love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments. That would be great. Don't forget, April contest. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook. And of course, we have the membership option if you're interested in that. And I always love to mention the Discord, right? Here we are in the Discord talking about female Silver Surfer. And it's very civil conversation. Don't worry. We have very active mods, but it's good. It's productive discussion about what this means, where the story can go, etc. So I will leave a pinned comment so you can join the Discord. We'd love to have you join us. 1,300 members from across the globe, conversations happening 24/7. Also, if you don't mind, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out more content, and we'll all continue to enjoy the ever-growing, ever-changing Marvel Cinematic Universe.